Right now at 6, a surprise decision leaves families scrambling,
I was completely shocked.
with parents wondering what's next as daycares close with almost no notice. Plus,
I had 2 semis, 53 footers, coming up on me real fast. Neither one of them wanted to give away.
the troubling increase in reckless driving near work zones. Then, what a new study shows when it comes to COVID vaccine safety among young people. And later,
And I was like, there's no way this guy dodges bears.
the close call for a trucker who survived a highway encounter with a wild turkey. All right, good evening, everyone. Let's get right to breaking news. In the rape allegations against former Portland Trailblazer Ben McLemore, today he issued a statement addressing this case for the first time. That is according to Shams Charania of The Athletic. Charania posting the statement from McLemore on X. In it, McLemore says he's being accused of having sex with a woman who was too intoxicated to consent. That is a claim he denies. He says he did not rape the woman, nor was he sexually abusive. He adds that he is cooperating with the investigation and that he believes his name will be cleared. McLemore was arraigned yesterday in Clackamas County. This case stems from 2021 when he was with the Blazers. Court documents suggesting the woman involved was incapable of consent because of mental and physical limitations. McLemore's next court appearance is scheduled for July. We will keep you updated as we learn more. Well, thanks for joining us at 6. I'm David Molko. Now to new details in the case of a Vancouver woman who has been missing for more than 2 weeks. Investigative reporter Evan Watson joining us now from the newsroom. Evan, what have you learned?
Well, David, Vancouver police say there's now probable cause to believe the sudden disappearance of Christina Ace is related to a serious crime or an imminently dangerous medical emergency.
You know, between fear and sadness and still hope, we still have hope that we're going to find her and be able to bring her home.
From highway billboards to pleas for information, co-workers of Christina Ace are wishing for her safe return.
We're kind of in limbo because nothing quite makes sense. It's, you know, we just keep wondering what happened and we keep hoping to hear something.
A search warrant now adding new layers to the mystery. Police found Ace's car mysteriously back on her street a day after she disappeared. Vancouver detectives say there was a white powder that they believe to be cleaning agent residue on multiple interior surfaces. A chilling sign for people who care about her.
In disbelief, like it's very out of character for her. Hearing about the cleaning product in the car gives me a very bad suspicion something bad has happened, and I don't like thinking of that. You know, it's devastating.
Detectives tracked Ace's cell phone the morning of her disappearance to the Glenwood Park area in southeast Portland. They suspect that Ace visited this area multiple other times in the weeks leading up to her going missing on March 26th. That's when she didn't show up to her job as a nursing director at Roseland Care Center in West Lynn, where she's dearly missed.
It doesn't feel right with her not being in the building.
Being so invested in this because she wasn't just our bus. We really are like a family.
Detectives say there's a high certainty that Ace moved between Glenwood Park and nearby homes on the morning of her disappearance. They ask anyone with information to contact Vancouver police. Ace's friends and co-workers looking for any new lead.
Keep praying, keep sharing, help us find our friend, bring her home. We miss her. I hope she is safe.
I talked with some people who live near Glenwood Park today while we were out there. They said they have some ideas they might share with Vancouver police. I encourage them to do so. If you or anyone else might know some information in this case, again, Vancouver police is asking for you to contact them with information. David.
Thanks, Evan. Appreciate that update. In your headlines tonight, the SalemKaiser School District has just announced it plans to cut more than 400 positions. The majority of those are teachers. It is all because of budget cuts ahead of the next fiscal year, and the superintendent says more layoffs are still to come. Today's announcement just days after the school board and teachers ratified a new contract after nearly a year of negotiations. The teachers union saying in part in a statement that it was disappointed and that the move will harm students. We'll have much more on this tonight on KGW News at 11. In downtown Portland, police have been targeting the streets around the Central Library for weeks, calling it the new hotspot for drug use. So today we went to find out what conditions are like inside the library. Several people who are homeless told us it is their go-to spot when overnight shelters are closed, to charge phones, to get on the internet, to get some rest. The library has added security, increasing staff and safety training, and built an office for social workers who are now on site 7 days a week. Staff say they have also used Narcan on someone overdosing outside the doors at least 7 times in the past year.
We're responding to factors that are beyond our control, right? That the public library did not create. And so we're doing our best to respond.
Drug abusers, people that scared my grandchildren, and so basically I stopped coming for quite a long time.
It's appalling. I mean, nobody seems to have an answer.
And just a few perspectives there. Starting next week, you're going to see new lighting going up outside the library as a way to try to deter drug dealers, specifically at night. And a new study shows no link between the COVID-19 vaccine and cardiac deaths in young, healthy people. The Oregon Health Authority looked at almost 1,300 deaths among Oregonians from 16 to 30 during 2021 and 2022. They found only 3 of them died within 100 days of when they were vaccinated. 2 of those deaths were due to chronic underlying conditions, and 1 was undetermined. Researchers also found 30 people in that age group died from COVID-19 itself during that time, most of who were unvaccinated. Matt?
Thanks, David. It is a cloudy one over the valleys and especially out the Oregon coast. There's Newport right now, 54 degrees. Not seeing rain in Newport yet, but we will all along the coast and even in the valleys within a few hours. Hey, here's a cool picture for you. This is from Jim and Karen Young last night. They got it. If you pointed their telescope at a comet, it's called 12P/Pons Brooks, after the 2 astronomers that discovered it. It was only recently discovered. It is rapidly fading in the glare of the sun, but there's a bit of a tail there too. So comet in the sky last night. Fun to see that, even though it is no longer long for this planet. Okay, this will be here until the tide comes in. Aaron Ufer does these giant rakings at the Oregon coast. And if you can see, there's a person in the middle there. She called this one Safe Space. And I asked her what her intention was behind this. And she said it was basically just to give people a place out in the open air to be themselves and feel safe and not worry about their troubles. So here's video for you, drone video of it. You can see people out here to give you some scale, somebody walking it like a maze. So kind of fun out at the Oregon coast in the sand at Seaside. As I mentioned, there is rain rolling our way. It's pushing inland from the coast right now. We'll get some in the valleys overnight tonight, tomorrow morning. But the weekend is looking really good. More on that later, David.
Hey, that sounds great. Thank you, Matt. Developing this evening, close to 100 families in Tigard and Northeast Portland are scrambling after their daycare centers closed with less than a day's notice. Thomas Schultz is here with those details. So Thomas, what's the plan now? Do these families have other options?
Well, David, they're still trying to figure it out, and we're talking about 2 Guidepost Montessori schools, one in Tigard and another in Northeast Portland by the Lloyd Center. And that sudden decision is leaving families scrambling.
Come here. Come here. Oh.
On a typical Thursday, Crystal Espy's daughter
You're playing with my hand.
would be in daycare. Though this week is different.
It's been a very tough week for families.
On Sunday, Espy and dozens of other parents were alerted by Guidepost Montessori. Their Tigard school would close for 3 months.
We're hearing that 2 staff members didn't feel comfortable continuing at Guidepost Tigard.
I was completely shocked.
My heart sunk when
Emily Takakupson has a couple kids at the school. She says her family chose Guidepost Montessori due to its large support for students.
We love this school.
And limited disruptions.
We're not seeing that right now, but that was a big part of our decision to go with Guidepost.
And they aren't the only school affected. Parents say the Montessori school near the Lloyd Center closed too. Thursday, locked gates, blocked entrances. We reached out to both schools for interviews. Neither responded. And Tigard parents say they haven't heard from their school in a while.
It's been days.
And say they were told 2 staff members didn't feel comfortable continuing at the school, which led to the sudden 3-month-long closure.
This is starting out as an initial period of 3 months, but we don't know if it's permanent.
And with uncertainty, parents are looking for stability.
We're looking around.
Which is challenging. Parents say Montessori will transfer some students to its 3 other Portland area locations, though
These centers are all getting calls from parents who are trying to place their kids yesterday.
And while parents wait, they realize their kids' daycare experience may never be the same.
She's had those friends at Guidepost for so long, and now she won't be able to see them.
So families scrambling, and there's money concerns for these families too. Some parents pay more than $4,500 a month to send 2 kids to the daycare. They say for many, it's unclear when their deposits would be returned. David?
A lot of instability and uncertainty for so many families there. Thank you, Thomas. This evening, road crews are pleading with drivers to slow down and pay more attention, especially around work zones. That is after several workers were hit so far this year. Our Sydney Dorner had a chance to talk to some who have since recovered, and they hope you'll take their stories to heart.
Washington and Oregon transportation leaders are noticing a disturbing trend. Drunk drivers hitting workers in construction zones. Now they're asking people to slow down and think about the lives behind the bright vest.
It's very dangerous. It's a dangerous job. Each day is a new day, not knowing what you're going to walk into.
Working on a highway with people driving 60 miles per hour isn't the safest job. But work zone crews here in Oregon and Washington say the increase of reckless behavior on the roads is getting out of hand.
I had 2 semis, 53-footers, coming up on me real fast. Neither one of them wanted to give away. The truck that was in the A lane, the same lane I was in, used his truck and pushed the other truck out of the way, probably running about 80 miles an hour.
Since 2024 started, 7 crew members in Southwest Washington have been sent to the hospital, including 6 in one night after a suspected drunk driver hit them. Valerie Bergman was one of those injured.
Not knowing, what was going to happen, and it all happened so fast, but it definitely makes you question, makes you question a lot of things.
After Washington work zone deaths doubled in 2023, leaders on both sides of the Columbia River knew it was time to take action. Now pleading with the public to pay attention, move over in work zones, and drive sober.
We've asked our crews to continue to be aggressive at keeping each other safe and keeping the public safe. If that means taking a lane to get more space so that they can do their work safely, then we're asking them to do that.
It's not just work zone crews being put in harm's way. Nearly 95% of people injured in work zone crashes are drivers, passengers, or nearby pedestrians. In Oregon and Washington, fines are doubled in work zones.
We're people too, so we want to get home every single day to our families. Thankfully, the 6 that were injured that night in January all got to go home. 30 seconds later, it could have been a different story.
Sydney Dorner, KGW News.
Yeah, really good reminder there. Straight ahead at 6, a broken windshield, a truck off the road, and a driver in the hospital. The unexpected wildlife behind this bizarre and chaotic crash. That's next.